John had always been a cheerful and an outgoing guy, always ready with a cheerful word or a joke for those around him. But as the years went by and his marriage to Mary continued, he began to notice a growing sense of emptiness inside him. It seemed as though Mary was always busy with work or the kids, and whenever he tried to talk to her about his feelings, she would brush him off or change the subject. Greetings to everyone watching this. This is another episode of The African Plight. My name is David. At first, John tried to ignore the feelings, thinking that maybe it was just a passing phase or that he was overreacting. But as the weeks and months went by, the sense of disconnection and loneliness grew stronger. He found himself increasingly withdrawing from social interactions, preferring to spend the evenings alone and in front of the TV, rather than trying to engage with his family. As time went on, John's once joyful demeanor began to fade. He became irritable and short-tempered, snapping over his wife and children over small things that would not have bothered him before. He felt a growing sense of resentment towards Mary, feeling as though she was neglecting him emotionally and not valuing his needs and feelings. One day, John's sadness and frustrations boiled over. He had been trying to talk to Mary about his feelings for weeks, but she seems disinterested or distracted every time he brought it up. And finally, in a moment of desperation, he broke down in tears and poured out all his feelings of loneliness and neglect out to her. Mary was surprised at the depth of John's pains and sorrow, having never realized the extent of his emotional suffering. She had been so caught up in her own work and responsibilities that she had neglected to recognize the impact of her behavior on John. She was filled with guilt and shame, realizing how much her neglect had hurt her husband. John and Mary decided to seek help from a therapist, working together to rebuild their emotional connection and strengthen their marriage. It was a difficult journey, filled with tears and painful conversations. But over time, they were able to restore the love and connection that had been lost. Looking back on his experience, John realized how devastating emotional neglect can be for a man. It had left him feeling isolated, unvalued, and unloved, leading to a deep sense of despair and depression. But through the power of communication and the willingness to seek help, he and Mary were able to overcome the pains of emotional neglect. they were able to build a stronger and a more loving marriage.